This is a binomial distribution question where we're asked about rolling a fair die. So we need to get a couple of pieces of information down first of all. The first thing we need to know is what's the probability of success, and here it's the number of sixes. So a 6 is success, so my probability of rolling a 6 on a fair die is 1 in 6. Now, it says here that the die is rolled 8 times, which means n equals 8. Here's the information we're going to need to be able to solve the rest of these questions. Everything else will come down to my x values. So, for example, if I'm looking for the probability of no 6s, x will equal 0. Only 6s means x will equal 8. The first roll is a 6 and the others are not. Then we need to have a look at that because there's a specific order. And exactly 1 6, x will equal 1 if we use the calc binomial PD. So if we're going to use that way to get it. Now, we'll probably need our calculator to solve this anyway, because when we're talking about multiplying a sixth by a sixth 5, 6, 7 or 8 times, we'll probably use our calculator. But we are going to approach this with a tech-free mindset until we come to a calculation that we can't really do in our head. So let's have a look at, first of all, part A. The probability of rolling no 6s with 8 dice rolls will be 8C0, no 6s, then the probability of a 6 to the power of 0, and the probability of not a 6, which will be q, to the power of 8, which will really be 5/6 all to the power of 8. Of course, we're not expected to be able to do that in our heads, so let's get out the calculator, and we'll go main. Of course, being terribly careful, we'll do 5/6 as a fraction. It'll be inside brackets, and all to the power of 8, and we'll get an answer of 0.2326. Now, of course, we can just go straight to this step here when we have a question like that, because we know that it's the same value to the power of 8. Next, part B, it says only 6s. So in this case, we can very easily just say it's 1/6 to the power of 8, which will be, let's go to the calculator, and I'm going to do a cutting stunt there where I change the 5 to a 1, and I get an answer of, well, let's go back to the calculator, 5.954 times 10 to the minus 7. Indeed, a minute possibility. The next one, the first roll is a 6 and the others are not. So what we're looking for is my first roll must be a 6. So therefore, my probability of that is 1/6. And then none of the other rolls are 6s. So out of the last 7 rolls, they're all non-6s, which has a probability of 5/6. And now I will put that into the calculator. So 1/6 times 5/6 all to the power of 7. So I'll do bracket 5/6 bracket. No, I want to make the bracket outside bracket all to the power of 7, and I get 0.0465. And there's my answer for that one. And the last one, exactly 1/6, then what I'll do is I'll be saying this is 8 combination of 7. There'll be 8 different combinations, but it's 8C7, P to the 1, Q to the 7, and that'll be 8 times 1/6 times 5/6 to the power of 7, which when we go to the calculator, we'll be able to pop that in as well. 8 times 1/6, let's see if I can do this. Isn't that exciting? Times 5/6 to the power of 7. It's actually the same as the answer before, times 8. But we'll do it, and we get 0.3721. 0.3721. And there are all my answers, all done in a tech-free mindset, but using the calculator where we needed to. Now let's really quickly rip through with the calculator and see what we can get here. So we're going to go Menu, Statistics, Calculator, Distribution, and Binomial Distribution. So we'll pop down until we see that, Binomial Probability Distribution. The first example says I have no 6s, the number of trials is 8, and the possibility is 1/6. And it says I'd have 0.2326, so that looks pretty good. Next question says I have 1/6 coming 8 times. It means I have 8 6s being rolled out of a possible 8, and it says I have 5.9537 times 10 to the minus 7. Same number, hallelujah. Next one. Now, here I need to take this step by step. I can't actually say that this is one single event. So I need to do this question this way. All I could do is say, if I wanted to, let's double check that 5 6 to the power of 7 is that. There's not much point in doing that. The last question though, I can say with 8 trials, I actually had 1/6 and the rest weren't. So I'll pop that in and I get 0.3721. So there's a big smiley face. It looks like it's winking. There we go. Big smiley face because we're really, really getting the hang of this now.